Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there. Oh, let's get going, Governor. That's right, kids. Welcome back to your monthly dose of X-Men Classics. I am Phil. Joining me, as always. Oh gosh, oh golly, oh wow, the Kitty Pryde fan club. It is.
Justin the Owl, ready to talk with my friend Phil about my favorite X-Team.
Excalibur.
Yeah.
That's right, because we're going to be talking the first 3 issues of the original Excalibur series.
Just in time for my birthday month.
That's right. The only episode in November we did that isn't Namor.
Yeah, Namor's appearances in the X stuff is patchy.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion.
There's like 1 or 2 earlier appearances, and then it's like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, he's trying to bang the White Queen.
Yeah, I don't have time for some of that stuff.
Him and blondes. I mean, it tracks.
I know, I get it. Yeah, but
oh, that's why you like him. He runs around half naked, and you share an affinity for blondes.
That's right. Yep.
Speaking of
similar tastes.
Speaking of, we have a dumb. We have a big blonde meathead in this Captain Britain.
Yes, we do, and one of my favorites too.
Rocking that '90s hair.
Mm-hmm. And those pajamas.
Oh my!
Yep.
Coming to you soon with his Meggan cosplay, Justin.
I could pull it off. I've got the legs for it.
Oh my! I could. I bet you could. Oh my! All right, so yeah, hold on. I'm just killing a few seconds here while I get the covers. So you were like a Excalibur fan from the beginning.
Yeah, actually, for a while this was my favorite comic book. Period. There was a Excalibur special edition which came out like a year or so before this, which just rocked my socks. It was the first time that I'd really seen Alan Davis's artwork.
Oh yeah,
in such representation on that glorious glossy paper, and I knew the characters of Rachel and Nightcrawler and Shadowcat, but I wasn't that familiar with Captain Britain. I didn't really know a whole lot of his stuff. The only thing I knew of him was a Marvel team up with Spider-Man where they fought Arcade.
Oh yeah.
And that was really the only exposure I had to him, and I had no idea who Meggan was. So it was great. It was a perfect opportunity to bring this team together for something new and different, and set in England, which I thought was interesting. It was different. I couldn't think of any other team that was like based in the United Kingdom at the time, and Chris Claremont had such a grasp of just all of that British culture, just down to the lingo and the dialects and stuff, the different accents. I loved it so much. It really grabbed me right away, and I love Alan Davis's artwork just so much. I can't even put into words how much I love it. And I feel like this is some of his best work of all time in these first couple of years of Excalibur. So good.
Yeah, kids, because this is the point where everyone thinks the X-Men are dead and they're living in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and they discuss that in these issues that we're going to talk about tonight. Yeah, they mention it.
So, but I don't know what's worse, kids being dead or living in Australia.
What the hell?
It's a dry heat.
Oh my!
Out of the pouch. Boing. It's a lot of meat.
All right, so we ready to tackle these 3 issues?
Yes.
All right, so, and again, I mean, they're all good covers, but yeah, this first one is so like iconic,
majestic, right? Look at that. And I love too how I think this was too the first team that I could think of at that time where there were more female members than there were male members.
Yeah, 3/5.
There were 3 female members to 2. Like, I couldn't think of any other team at the time that had that equation.
Mm-mm.
And so it was unique in that regard as well. It was just a really unique team. From the membership, like the makeup, each of them were very unique. They had different powers, and yeah, it's just so cool.
It's like it kind of counts as a mutant team, but they're all not mutants.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of like, Captain Britain. Well, my sister's a mutant.
Right, yeah. And my brother, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? I have synopses for these. Oh, my. Do I have synopses for these? Yes. All right.
Oh, are they the big, long ones? All right.
Just the way Justin likes them, kids.
Also in time for my birthday month.
All right. Excalibur. Yes, Volume 1, Number 1, kids. From October 1988. Warwolves of London. Writer Chris Claremont. Penciler Alan Davis. Inker Paul Neary. Colorist Glennis Oliver. Letterer Tom Wojciechowski. And editors Ann Nocenti and Terry Kavanagh. All right. In a deserted factory complex near Loch Damon in the Scottish Highlands, Tweedledlope plays around with a small metallic gadget. He fills it with various stuff such as beans, trash, and metal, and misuses it as a cocktail shaker. When his eyes fall on a wanted poster of the Crazy Gang, he suddenly loses interest in his toy and throws it away. The metallic object opens its eyes and comes to life. It is Widget! In the meanwhile, Excalibur and the police encounter a hostage situation in London. While Dave Thomas is reluctant to send in young girls like Kitty Pryde or Rachel Summers, Captain Britain reassures him that Excalibur will handle the situation. In the meantime, Kitty and Rachel talk to police officer Ray Mulholland on the rooftop of the building, impressing him with their mutant powers. The 2 women then phase through the roof to check out the hostage situation while Mulholland is attacked by a warwolf who kills him and strips him from his skin. So, yeah, kids. We'll get started.
Yeah.
Kitty and Rachel move into a storage room adjacent to the larger room where some hostage takers hold about 20 people as hostages. Kitty phases her face through the wall, telepathically reporting details about the layout of the room. Suddenly, Rachel suffers a seizure and loses her consciousness, exactly in the same moment as Ray Mulholland gets killed by the warwolf. Her scream alarms the hostage takers, and they search the storage rooms for any intruders, discovering the unconscious body of Rachel and dragging her into the main room. Hey, Noel Tate.
Hey, Noel.
Hey, boys. So these are some issues I wish I would have held on to back in the day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. These are top class.
I have few. I have number 1. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I just have some here and there, but yeah.
This is a series that really needs to be collected in those epic collections. You need to start cranking those out for this.
Okay, 2 questions. Do they make a poster of issue 1 and that cover, and do you have it?
I have a poster of Excalibur, but it's not of this.
Of this cover.
Yeah, it was a promotional poster.
Was it Alan Davis?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that just screams big poster.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is available as a poster, though.
Oh yeah. It better be. I mean, just to,
Yeah. It's so iconic.
No, I didn't appreciate the art back then. It's so good. Yeah, Alan Davis. Yeah.
This is just, like I was saying, it's some of his best. In these early issues. It's so gorgeous. The inks of Paul Neary, who unfortunately we just lost. He just passed away this year. Such a great combination. They really work together so well here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kitty utilizes a white blanket to dress up as a ghost and faces through the main room ceiling, howling and threatening the confused hostage takers. Yes, no top of Alan's game. One of the men shoots at her with a pump gun, but doesn't hit her due to her phase status. Alarmed by the shot, Captain Britain, who waited on the outside, decides to storm the building. Rachel, suddenly awakened, releases the Phoenix and disarms the hostage takers, rendering them unconscious by smashing them against the wall. When Captain Britain enters the scene, Kitty and Rachel already dealt with the situation. Merchant banker Nigel Frobisher approaches Rachel and offers her to express his gratitude more privately. Yes, kid, it's as rapey as it sounds.
Yeah.
An offer which disgusts Rachel. She is still confused about her seizure and tells her teammates that she felt a despairing psychic scream of a person who seems to be entirely erased from existence without even leaving a mind trace. Back in Merlin Mews, Rachel feels the same sensation again when Jacko Petrie is killed and skinned by a warwolf disguised as police officer Ray Mulholland. Nice, Noel. I think this is the series that made Kitty my favorite X-Woman. You know what? This is where I really started liking Kitty too. Yeah, Excalibur. Yeah,
she was great in this.
So I think before this, I mean, I know she was a young teenager, but she was kind of the whiny teenager. And then she kind of like steps up in this series. Yeah.
Yeah.
One night later in Merlin Mews, Kitty mourns over the pictures of the X-Men and her friend Doug Ramsey, who are supposed to be dead after the mutant massacre. She remembers some of the fiercest enemies she and the X-Men opposed over the years and is interrupted by Captain Britain, who tries to cheer her up. He invites her to join him on a trip into town, but she refuses because she is working on a secret device she calls the Doubleganger module. On the west coast of England, Meggan and Nightcrawler fly to Brian Braddock's lighthouse. Meggan suggests that Excalibur could use it as a secret headquarters and shows Nightcrawler around in a kind of sightseeing tour. He's impressed by the location. While Meggan makes some tea in the kitchen, Nightcrawler encounters a strange vision in a storage room where he is attacked by alien species. In the nick of time, he teleports out of the room and back into the kitchen. But when he wants to show Meggan what he just saw, the storage room is empty. In London, Rachel accompanies Captain Britain to Fraser's Bank of Thameside, where she is approached by Nigel Frobisher again. She is distracted by a telepathic message from Meggan and Kurt, announcing that they will return to London tonight, and Fraser uses the moment to touch her. Rachel pushes him away with her Phoenix power, watched by an amused Captain Britain. He is startled by the entrance of a blonde woman he immediately recognizes as Courtney Ross, his former girlfriend, who is now the vice president of the bank. They sit down and talk about old times. In Merlin Mews, Kitty finishes her Doubleganger module, which will allow her to mask herself as Phoenix by sending out her unique energy pattern. She dresses as Phoenix as well, somewhat uncomfortable with the skin-tight suit and the high heels, and moves out into the streets of London, planning to draw the warwolves' attention. The warwolves want to capture Phoenix in order to take her back to Mojo, so she hopes they will be lured to her. Meggan and Nightcrawler return to the mansion, not aware of her departure. Nightcrawler is taking a bath and startled by Meggan, who fixed him a mug of hot chocolate. Which he acts all startled. I don't think he even minds. She walks in, he's like, "Yeah, I don't. Your big strong boyfriend, my mom."
yeah, I love that part. Yeah, she has no clue why he's so embarrassed all of a sudden.
No, she's trying to jack the Ripper. Returning from the bath, Nightcrawler discovers Kitty's invention in Captain Britain's lab. He's immediately alarmed and telepathically calls Rachel, who's currently visiting the Shakespeare Company in London. She leaves the theater and starts searching for Kitty, who just met police officer Mulholland and some companions. Mulholland mistakes her for Rachel Summers, and he and his companions reveal that they are warwolves. Yeah! Fire! Mulholland reveals warwolves. Kitty phases when the first warwolf strikes her, but when her powers get scrambled and she cannot phase back from solid state. The werewolves capture her and drag her away. Phoenix, Meggan, Captain Britain, and Nightcrawler appear at the scene, but they cannot stop the werewolves from abducting Kitty. Together, they must decide that they must rescue her teammate before the enemies turn her into a werewolf.
Yeah. Cliffhanger ending right off the bat.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a first issue, but it's kind of not because you got that Excalibur special before this. So.
Right. Yeah. That formally introduced the team.
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of came together.
No, that's a detailed synopsis.
Yeah, I know. Somebody put some time into that. Yeah. They kind of came together at the end of that special. So this is like
the first them as a team. Yeah.
Yeah. Their chronicles as they're starting out. And holy hell! I always forget how much story is just packed into each issue.
Oh yeah, I mean, one comics at the time, two Claremont.
Exactly. And also, like we were talking over on Marvel Tales about Namor and the subplots. There's subplots galore here.
Oh yeah,
like everywhere you look, there's a new subplot going on.
Well, I love, I guess, when Nightcrawler goes to that door, he goes to Earth 148, and it says it will be revisited in Excalibur 46.
Yes.
Yeah,
they eventually go back to it. Yeah.
Claremont was always the king of the long game. Here, X-Men, he's just like, yeah, I'll get back to that in, like, I don't know, 3-4 years. Yeah.
Well, I think it was actually Alan Davis that came back to it, because Chris Claremont had since left, and then Alan Davis later came back.
Oh.
And he was actually writing and penciling the title for, oh God, it was like a year or two.
Was
right
he
up around issue 50.
Was he like the next writer after Claremont, or was there someone in between? Do you remember?
I think that was Scott Lobdell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then Ellen Davis, and then I think it was, I can't remember who was after that. It was somebody else.
Yeah,
and then it was Warren Ellis.
Yeah, because I was what is this? Then, this is 88. So yeah, what I'm trying to remember when. So in the next 2 or 3 years, Claremont leaves all the X books.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he was on this one for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on the X-Men for like what? It's over 10, wasn't it? It might be
something like that.
Or something. Yeah. It was something great.
Yeah.
I know it might have been closer to 20. I don't know. Is there a collection of this when no one wants to know, like kind of like a recent one?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think there's an omnibus, but there might be. I don't feel like there's an epic collection of this. There might be.
I don't know, unless they just slapped like the first couple issues in a trade. I mean, I read it on the Marvel app. I know it's on Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah, they actually have this whole series.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And they even have, I was really impressed by this, they have on the back of the original floppies, the back cover.
Yes.
They had these gorgeous pinups,
and they did include those on the app.
Put those in the back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, strong start here.
Yep, good stuff.
And again, you always get your money's worth text wise from Claremont.
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes it's like, wait, what's going on in this panel? Let me move this word bubble up. I mean, it wasn't that bad in these issues, but some of those X-Men issues, it's like, I can't see past this word bubble. What's going on back here?
Tiny little head and this gigantic bubble of text arching all over the place.
The best there is of what I do. Oh, it must be Wolverine. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Noel says he looked it up. There is an epic.
Oh, there is an epic. Okay. Nice. Well, good.
We kind
I
of
hope they keep. Yeah, I hope they keep doing those until they collect the whole series.
Yeah, you kind of figure if something's in the X universe, especially around this time, it's probably going to get collected.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah.
All right, ready for number 2?
Yes.
All right. It seems like I started with issue 2 because 2, 3, I even saw issue 4. It's like it seems like they were going for like the humorous covers.
Yeah. Yeah, which is good. I mean, the X titles at that time weren't known for their humor. Yeah, so it was a nice change of pace. Yeah.
I know the X books at this point is basically just like, how do we deal with this enemy, Wolverine? Let's kill him.
Kill him. Yeah.
And then like Storm and some of the other X-Men. Does he have a point?
Yeah, Havoc. Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes Havoc.
Kill him.
Havoc was one of the ones that was like, no, I don't know if we should kill him. Probably either him or Longshot.
Yeah, at first he was against it, and then he started blowing away some of the, I think it was the Brood, and he was like, oh man, I like this. Blast him.
All right, Excalibur number 2 from November 1988, a werewolf possessed by the same team. In a deserted factory complex near Loch Damon in the Scottish Highlands, Colin McKay plays tag with Widget. The boy is hiding from Vixen, who paid a lot of money to get the orphan boy into custody. Vixen's armored troops search the facility and try to lure the hungry boy with fish and chips.
I love that.
I know. Eventually,
Your favorite dinner here.
Fish and chips, governor. Eventually, they surround the child, but before capturing him, Widget opens a dimensional portal and Colin happily disappears. The soldiers return to Vixen with empty hands. In the meanwhile, the London Underground, the warwolves appear at Hobbs End Station. Together with the captured Kitty Pryde, they steal some more skins, push a woman onto the rails, and disappear into a dark tunnel. The woman's life is threatened by an approaching underground railway, but Captain Britain manages to save her in the nick of time while Rachel stops the train with her telekinetic powers. The civilians celebrate the superheroes, but when Nightcrawler appears at the scene, they get afraid and panic because of his demonic appearance. Eventually, the police enter the station and try to sort things out. Captain Britain demands that the police officers inform Scotland Yard Special Agent Day Thomas, who will vouch for Excalibur. Excalibur is inhibited from following the warwolves into the tunnels until the situation is sorted out. Nightcrawler notices that one police officer shows a very odd behavior. He was smiling to himself and seems to be very amused. The mutant secretly follows him into a tunnel. There he is ambushed by the policeman, who turns out to be a warwolf. Nightcrawler is captured and taken into their secret underground headquarters. In the meantime, Kitty Pryde's kidnappers reach the headquarters. Some warwolves are waiting for new skins and are provided with the latest stolen bodies. One warwolf tries to steal Kitty's skin, but after finishing the procedure, only the skin-tight Rachel suit is left with no sign of Kitty's body. The other warwolves mock their colleague, who becomes quite depressed about the fact that he is the only one without a proper human skin. In the same moment as Kitty's life is at stake, Rachel feels her pain due to her Psylink. She changes into her Phoenix form, leaves the subway station by tearing a big hole into the ceiling, and flies away. The police demand that Captain Britain will pay for the destruction of public property. In Fraser's Bank, Thameside, Nigel Frobisher again is amusing himself with his secretary when he sees the Phoenix in the sky. He immediately loses his interest in the woman and decides that he and Phoenix are meant for each other. Courtney Ross, who is sitting in her office, reflects about her time with Brian Braddock while watching the Phoenix rising. Rachel telepathically reports to Captain Britain and Meggan that Nightcrawler was attacked. The two leave the subway station and run into the tunnel in order to find the secret headquarters of the warwolves. In their headquarters, the warwolf who just tried to skin Kitty Pryde shows a very odd behavior. Another warwolf, carrying the captured Nightcrawler on his back, enters the headquarters and offers to take him to take the mutant's body instead. The skinless werewolf is disgusted by Wagner's appearance, but his companions force him to take the body without complaint. But his companions, while trying to suck out Nightcrawler's life, the werewolf suddenly starts beating his comrades and then begins to grow long hair. Soon, all werewolves begin to melee with each other, while Nightcrawler uses this situation for an escape attempt. He is captured by one of the werewolves, but then Captain Britain and Meggan enter the headquarters and save him from being skinned. Together, they defeat all werewolves and capture the one with the long hair, who shows a strong resemblance to Kitty. Meggan is confused because her scent is a mix of werewolf and Kitty, but suddenly 2 human hands open the werewolf's mouth from inside, and Kitty Pryde fights her way out of the alien's body. She phased into her opponent's body when he tried to kill and skin her, while Rachel helped her keep her consciousness cohesive. From the inside, Kitty could control the werewolves' actions and use them to fight the other werewolves. Excalibur is clueless about what to do with the captured werewolves. They are aliens and can't be arrested or put on trial. Eventually, Excalibur donates the werewolves to the London Zoo.
Yes.
So, yeah.
What did you think of this one, Phil?
This one's good again. That's so funny. Yeah, Claremont has Kitty actually just crawl out of the werewolf.
Yeah, crawl out of it. And I love how her hair was like this magenta color for some reason. Yeah, it was so good. And the little minor details, like having all the werewolf movie posters on the wall in their little lair. I thought that was cute. A nice little touch. Yeah, this one really surprised me. Yeah, I wasn't expecting any of this stuff with what happened to Kitty, like her kind of, and the werewolf transforming into basically into Kitty after it absorbed her. Mm-hmm. The werewolves kind of reminded me of the dire wraiths from Rom.
Kinda, yeah.
Albeit, a more whimsical version, I guess you could say, in that they kind of erased someone and then took their place, essentially. Mm-hmm. But the werewolves do it in a lot different way, a different method. Yeah, I love this. And I was constantly surprised by everything that was going on here. Yeah.
And again, it's so funny. Yeah, because Kitty, after her getting injured in the mutant massacre, now her natural state is to be phased. She has to concentrate to become solid. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was after Nimrod. Was it? No, it was during when the Marauders.
It's one of the Marauders, I think. Yeah. Was it Harpoon or one of them?
Harpoon.
Yeah,
I think Harpoon got hurt. Yes, that's what it was.
I think she gets blasted or something while she's phased, and then she stays phased.
Nightcrawler was the one who got hurt during the Nimrod fight.
Nimrod
punched him while he was mid-phase.
Because that's why they weren't with the X-Men in Dallas when they supposedly died, because these two had been injured. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
I was trying to remember. Yeah, was Rachel injured at some point too? Is that why she wasn't with them?
I think she took off separately before that because there was something with Spiral.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't there something where Wolverine stabbed her and she?
Oh, maybe yeah.
Oh God,
is that when she tried to? Didn't she try to kill the Beyonder or something?
Something happened, yeah. And Wolverine stabbed her, and then she was wandering through the park, and then all of a sudden there was a portal, and she was in Spiral, and it was more weird stuff. Yeah, I got to go back and reread that stuff.
But I don't know. I'm always like, is this another John Byrne situation? How old's Kitty supposed to be in this at this point? Do we know?
Maybe 16.
Okay,
17. I guess.
She's got like a naked Kitty Pryde crawling out of that werewolf.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it could have been worse though. It could have been a lot worse. Yeah. Meggan though, I mean, any time that Meggan is all sexed up, then it's totally acceptable because it kind of tracks with her. Yeah.
Or I think I know when Kitty dresses up like her, or I think Captain Britain might make a comment too about just the way Rachel dresses. Like when she went to when she was out in this issue, she was wearing like that tight red dress and stuff.
Yeah, I never understood a couple of things. One of them was Archangel, and the other was Rachel Summers Phoenix. Why would you keep wearing the costume in which the previous person that mutated and enslaved you kept you in? She kept that spiky hound outfit for I don't know how long. That she was one of the hounds.
Yeah,
and Archangel kept the costume that Apocalypse gave him for years.
Yeah, eventually he gets rid of it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like I don't know, that is like the costume your oppressor puts you in, but it's almost comfortable, because it's familiar, even though there was all this abuse tied to it, but it's like this is all I've known for a while now. Yeah,
right. Yeah,
either that or just or it's just I'm going to turn this and make this like a symbol for good, or I'm
going to take it back. Yeah, I'm going to take it back. Yeah, that's kind of what. Eventually what I thought, they're taking back the symbol and making it their own, but it seems strange to me that it was like that for so long.
Yeah. There was so much we went through it during Days of Future Present too, where it's just like, Rachel went through so much stuff. I think probably most of her life she might have been wearing that, a good bit of her life she'd been wearing that suit.
Right. That was all she knew, right? Yeah.
All right, but this one was good. I completely loved it.
I love that we get to see Meggan kind of shape shift.
Oh yeah, almost like a wolf or something.
Like a werewolf. Yeah. Her powers are so cool.
Mm.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, she's kind of my favorite member of this team because she's just so unique and interesting.
Oh man, we were talking about those pinups on the back. Yeah, this one was the Kitty. Kitty Pryde.
I love that.
That might be my favorite out of these three. Yeah, look at that.
That is fantastic. Yep, I love that. I wonder if there's a poster of that.
Oh yeah. That would be They should. They could probably do that with all of this.
Yeah, definitely.
I kind of like they set up Kitty as like the electronics. They.
Yes. Yeah. I know there was a kind of a really tragic moment that happened when Captain Britain accidentally crushed
Oh yeah, I think it's in
maybe
the
it's
next
in the
one.
next
Yeah,
issue.
when they're moving into the lighthouse.
Her
Yeah,
software programs that she was working on with Doug Ramsey.
All right, should we get to 3?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, this cover's funny.
Oh, I love this one. The shortest Juggernaut fight in comic book history.
I know. It's basically like, wait, whoa. You don't even need to do that. All right. Excalibur number 3 from December 1988. Moving Day. Same. I think we got the same team here. Yep. Oh, wait. No. Letterer Lois Buhalis.
Okay.
And only Terry Kavanaugh editing here. All right. The British crime lord Vixen has decided to break into the ultra-maximum security prison, Crossmoor, in order to free its most popular convict, the Juggernaut. Her armed troops wield an opening into the prison's roof and enter the complex. Before reaching Marco's cell, they are surrounded by security. Vixen's people turn off the lights and escape, finally reaching the Juggernaut's high-security cell, where the Juggernaut is trapped in a stasis cage. Vixen offers him her help in exchange for his assistance in her plans. In the meantime, the army arrives at the prison complex and surrounds the building with tanks. Nevertheless, they are unable to prevent the prison break. The Juggernaut destroys the prison wall and most of the prisoners escape, beating up the guards. The Juggernaut destroys most of the tanks while Vixen and her troops fly away with jetpacks. Suddenly, the rampaging Juggernaut is stopped by a punch in his face. Surprised, he meets Captain Britain, who orders him to give up. The Juggernaut hits Captain Britain and throws him some 100 meters into the desert surrounding Crossmoor. The other members of Excalibur try to track down the prison fugitives. Kitty Pryde stops a stolen security car full of armed convicts by phasing through the motor. She then confuses the prisoners, who shoot at her with various guns so that Lockheed can get behind them. Hit by his fire breath, they give up. Nightcrawler fights another group of prisoners in hand-to-hand combat and defeats them by using his acrobatic skills. Meggan captures some of the prisoners as well and returns them to the prison. There she discovers that Juggernaut is brutally beating up Captain Britain. She challenges the Juggernaut, who mocks her. Meggan tells him that she draws her power from Mother Earth herself and becomes as large, muscular, and powerful as the Juggernaut. Before she can hit him, Kitty reaches the scene and phases Meggan through the Juggernaut's body, telling her that she found a simpler solution for the problem. Eventually, Rachel Summers' psychic attack knocks the Juggernaut out, and he can be arrested. Because he's not wearing his helmet here the whole time. So, In the city of Newcastle, Rupert Holloway, a freak possessed with the idea of making contact with alien species, meets Widget, who calls him friend. Widget opens up a dimensional portal, and Rupert steps through the portal. Convinced that an alien race reached Earth and chose him as representative for the human race. Reaching the Omniverse, he meets Opal, Luna, Saturn. After defeating the Juggernaut, Excalibur moves from Merlin Mews in central London to the Brian Braddock's lighthouse at the west coast of England. Living in London would be too dangerous for innocent bystanders, so the team decides to move their headquarters to this remote and lonely location. Together, they transport their belongings in boxes and crates into the lighthouse, which soon becomes quite crowded. Captain Britain accidentally ruins Kitty's software by smashing the box to the ground. Kitty is in a very bad mood because she caught a cold and still misses the X-Men and her old friends. In addition, heavy rain starts pouring down and Excalibur is forced to remain in the lighthouse for some days. Soon, they all realize how confined the space truly is and start getting on each other's nerves. The storm continues for the next few days. Captain Britain resorts to heavy drinking, an old habit, and misses his bathroom shift. The bathroom usage is regulated by a tight schedule, and Kitty punishes Captain Britain by taking an extensive bath and not letting him into the bathroom. Suffering from a hangover, Captain Britain moves to the kitchen, where Lockheed and Meggan start a fire in an attempt to fix a hot toddy. Eventually, Rachel Summers takes Brian's whiskey supplies and throw them into the sea. He is shocked by this action, but his teammates explain that they are worried about his heavy drinking. Angry about this, Brian leaves the lighthouse and flies away into the storm while Meggan is feeling guilty for driving him away. Nightcrawler comforts her. Kitty, still suffering from the flu, is jealous about her new roommate Rachel's vitality, looks, and health, while she has problems to even remain solid, to remain even in solid form for unpacking her stereo. When she connects her computer to the power supply, the entire lighthouse goes dark. Searching the fuse in the cellar, she is suddenly confronted with a strange mirror image of herself and Lockheed. Brian Braddock flies to London where he meets an old love, Courtney Ross. He talks to her about the sense of guilt regarding the supposed death of his sister Psylocke and about his problems with Meggan. He cannot speak with Meggan about intellectual topics and misses the discussions and stimulation he experienced during their old relationship. He and Courtney come very close to each other, but are interrupted by a telepathic call from Rachel, ordering Brian back to the lighthouse. In the lighthouse, Kitty describes what she has just experienced in the cellar. Excalibur discusses if they should relocate their headquarters, but finally decide to stay in the lighthouse. Brian apologizes to Meggan for his behavior, and the woman immediately forgives him.
Aww.
All right, so what you think?
I love the structure of this issue because you've got the big action stuff in the first
At the beginning, yeah.
handful of pages, yeah. And like I said, it's the shortest Juggernaut fight ever because Phoenix versus Juggernaut with no helmet, is lights out.
after him and Captain Britain just beating on each other, Rachel's like, boys.
Yeah, so funny. And I often wondered what would have happened if after Meggan got all that immense power and became huge like that, what would happen if she and Juggernaut had actually thrown down and Kitty hadn't been there at that moment to phase her through when she did.
And I'm trying to remember if his bulk or like the magic of Sidorak or whatever protects him, but I'm like, can't Kitty pull like a vision and just like partially solidify in him or something? You know, just...
I don't know if she's ever tried to do that. I think there might be something with that. It's like a force field, right?
I'd say yeah, it depends who's writing it, but I think kind of, yeah.
It's like this minuscule force field that kind of buffets his invulnerability.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Kitty's able to phase her and Meggan through him, so...
Right, yeah. I don't know if maybe the helmet has something to do with it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I love, Phoenix just shows up. She goes, "Hi, I'm Phoenix. Guess what I do?" And he's like, "Oh no!" He's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah. And I love what he's saying to Vixen. He's like, "You limeys talk funny enough as it is."
Yeah, he's like, "What are you saying?"
Yeah, bad enough you limeys talk funny as it is. So perfect Juggernaut dialogue here. Yeah, so good. Yeah, I love this. And again, a huge plethora of subplots. We've got a reestablished romance with Courtney, who I had recognized from the story with Arcade that I mentioned. The team up with Spider-Man. She was in that with Arcade. And we've got more intrigue in the lighthouse, which I thought was great. I love the fact that they were in that lighthouse to begin with. It was another thing that set them apart and made them unique to me. I was like, I couldn't think of another team that had their base in a lighthouse. You know what I mean?
I know.
And then one with these weird like portals to other realities and dimensions and stuff that were randomly occurring.
Yeah,
this is fantastic.
Yeah, because usually if a team has like their headquarters in a remote location, it's like a mansion or a house or something. Something.
Right. Yeah. Or for this type of a team, you would expect it to be like some big stately English manor.
Yeah.
On the coast somewhere or something. Yeah. Or maybe on the outskirts of London or whatever, close to the big city. But no, it's in this remote lighthouse on the tip of this little stretch of land. I love it. It's fantastic.
And what do you think about Captain Britain's drinking problem?
Oh, yeah. That was another. I was glad that they tackled that. That was something that they addressed in the special as well, special edition, because he really hit the booze after. Well, he thought that Betsy died.
Yeah.
The X-Men. He just totally hit the bottle big time.
It's just so funny. They're all standing around in either bathrobes or pajamas, except Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I know, right? He's comfortable. He's just comfortable. Yeah. And Brian can walk around in just his pajamas anytime he wants to. That's all I'll say about that.
I mean, I don't think anything really ever came of it, but I mean, I could almost sense some, I don't want to say sexual tension, but it's just something between Nightcrawler and Meggan. I mean, at least he understands her because, when Captain Britain flies away and she's just
They
she's like,
developed that tension
don't
more
look-
in subsequent issues.
yeah. Oh yeah. But she's like, don't look at me because her face starts changing. He's like, no, I know, I know what it's like for.
There's one issue where she becomes for a brief moment kind of blue and furry like he is, and almost puts the moves on him. I was like, oh wow, things are getting spicy here. Oh, right.
It's that tail.
Yeah, Yeah, another great issue, and I loved how it was kind of a one-and-done issue after the two-part story that we had to start the series.
Mm-hmm.
We had an issue that was kind of bridging the gap between the next two-part story that we have coming up after this.
Ooh, and another great pinup.
Yeah, look at that Nightcrawler. So good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. Yeah, Alan Davis is the best. Yeah. And once again, all the subplots. We've got Opal, Loon, Saturnine, the evil one. We've got more stuff with Nigel Frobisher, who appears quite a bit. He plagues this group a lot. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. We're going to get back to more Excalibur next year. Cross Time Caper.
Yes, the Cross-Time Caper and also Inferno.
Yeah. What? Oh, wait.
I
was going to was Excalibur?
There's 2 issues of Inferno.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I think that that might have fallen upon right around my birthday again, the Excalibur issues.
Maybe, because I think the Inferno is like in October, next October.
Yeah. Nice. Love it.
Okay, as an expert in Excalibur, let me ask you, how did Captain Britain fit all that hair under that mask?
I know, right? Yeah. It's the magic. It's the magic of Avalon, I tell you.
I mean, just look how big that hair is. Look at that.
I know, yeah. It's so funny, yeah. It's the magic of Avalon. That's all I can say. Yeah.
I swear, he's another 6 inches taller with that hair.
Yeah, and I love it because he's not a mutant. Like like him and Meggan are not mutants, but they're on this X team. It's fantastic. I just love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like an X team, but it's a unique X team. Yeah, because they're not all mutants.
Mm-hmm. And even though they did tie into Inferno, there weren't a lot of involvements with other things that were going on, not only in the X sphere, but the Marvel Universe really in general, until after the Cross-Time Caper. They kind of started adding them in more with other things. But
yeah, because that's what I was going to say. I mean, we'll get into more of that next year, but it's like, I think we already talked that, they missed out on, at least 2 crossovers, because that Cross-Time Caper took forever.
yeah, I know. Yes, I'm so excited about talking about that next year. Yeah, that's going to be fantastic.
There's so much good stuff coming, kids.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of, again, the schedule's so weird next year. It's just, fitting crossovers in and stuff. So it's like next year, we're all over the place. I was looking at the schedule again. You might get a long run of Marvel Tales, but then you might get at least a solid month of X-Men classics.
Yeah,
so, it's all over the place. It kind of evens out, kids, but, but yeah.
Love it. And it will always be fun.
Yes. All right. So, anything else on these?
No, I think we discussed those quite well, and it was great fun, as always.
Oh, next month for December. Oh, gift for you, my friend. I cannot wait for you to read.
This is one of your picks.
Yes, the first four issues of the Gambit series from 1999. Yes.
Which I have not read yet. This is going to be a first for me.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll have to squeeze that, because I think it was like 25 issues, I think. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, most of them were, I think, for 24 of the 25, I think, were written by Fabian, or unless there was a fill-in, Fabian Nicieza.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so send us your thoughts on those first 4 Gambits. Send us your thoughts on these Excalibur issues.
Yes. And any Excalibur issues, we'll read them.
Exactly. Oh, trust me.
We've gotten some new subscribers in the last few weeks.
Yeah, especially YouTube. Yeah. YouTube's been heating up again. Yeah.
Yeah, send in your comments.
We've crossed the 600 mark. I think last time we were like 605, 606. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
So, yes, new people. Well, yeah, new people who've been here. Yes, send us your thoughts. All right, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes and Lunatics merch, the classic Capes and Lunatics merch. I'm wearing the shirt right now. So it's that image part of the image you see on the screen there.
The new stuff.
Yes. And of course, nothing stops the Juggernaut. Well, nothing stops Lilith Hellfire, except if you rain random money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Like a telepathic attack. Yes, money stops the Lilith Hellfire. So rain random money on us through the Cash App link. Don't make us dance on a pole in England, because got have smarmy bankers hitting on us, or werewolves eating us.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
And of course, the Patreon, where again you could get exclusive content every month, completely uncensored. Lilith Hellfire and I try to give you a nice variety of topics. It's not just all comics there, kids. October, it'll already drop by the time you hear this, but yes, Lilith and I will be talking some horror movies, and
yes, I'm really excited for that one.
Bunch of Halloween topics, yes.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think we picked a November topic yet, so yes, if you are a patron, you can suggest topics like our friend Justin the Owl down there.
Yes, I've suggested a couple of this year already.
Yes. Help program for us, and of course, you always get you can always get your own personalized drops if you want, just like Justin and our friend Ray,
the Hard Master.
Remember, kids, once you're done here, yes, go to that other YouTube channel, Ray Plays Games, where Ray plays with himself every episode. One-handed, two-handed. He's versatile, kids.
Man of many talents.
Oh, yes. One-handed, two-handed, yes.
Yes.
The big bazooka. They big units.
All right. So find the Patreon at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics, and you can find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right. Now for this maestro of podcasting, Mr. Justin the Owl. You can catch him, here at least once a month, and that's going to be going up to at least twice a month next year on X-Men Classics as we do more X-Men content. I can catch him every week on Marvel Tales with me. I can catch him once a month here on One World Under Doom, the Doctor Doom podcast with myself.
Doctor Doom podcast, our newest show.
Oh, yeah. And again, we just recorded episode 2, and YouTube seems to be loving that too. So
yeah, love it.
Well, it probably helps when you have Doom, Fantastic Four, Mephisto, who's been mentioned in Nagath all along. So
right, good timing.
Yes. So, yes, you can catch him here there, and over on Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks, you can catch him at least once a month on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. Yes, talking Azrael with me, and he'll stop by with for other episodes from time to time, but he also podcasts with other people. So, Justin, tell them about these shows.
You can also find me and Russell over on Gamma Charge, talking about The Incredible Hulk and The Sensational She-Hulk, and we also have a Patreon, so do check that out. And over on Predator and Prey, the Yaucha podcast, we are joined by the High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, and Sparky, who just actually tonight, the two of them just recorded a new episode.
Oh.
Yeah, they recorded a separate episode on the new Predator versus Black Panther. And I joined them for the classic reviews of the Dark Horse comics as well.
Nice.
And over on the Lost Library of Legends, my solo show, I dedicate the spotlight each month to an undiscovered and forgotten gem from the last few decades. And what is November's spotlight? Well, you'll just have to tune in and see.
Ooh.
It's a surprise.
Oh.
Oh, that's naughty. I love it.
What could it be? Who will he talk about, kids?
Yeah, who indeed?
It's me, your old pal, the owl.
Oh, my.
Well, that escalated quickly.
All right, not to take attention away from Lost Library of Legends, but yes, as someone who was on Predator and Prey, can you confirm that in a previous episode, Ray was recording while getting a oil change and tire rotation?
I don't know about that.
Uh,
I do know he was in the chopper for quite a while.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Tricky Dicky.
All right. Remember, kids, Ray plays games.
That's right.
He's always there playing.
Always a good time.
Always there playing by himself, kids. All right. Thank you for joining us. Come back next month. It'll be the last episode of the year. First 4 issues of the Gambit series from 1999. And if you have not read it, go check it out. It's on the Marvel Unlimited app. I don't know if they've collected that. But if you can find the back issues, I think you can probably get them for a good price.
Probably, yeah. My first read, so I'm doubly excited about that.
Yeah. So was it Steve Scroshart? Yeah.
Nice, yeah. Good stuff.
There's a couple characters who make frequent appearances. I think they might be in the... Oh, I can't wait.
Executioner.
Oh, Executioner shows up.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, kids. Come back next time. Remember, keep it in the lighthouse.